Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we've been recording.
Hello.
Hey everyone.
Welcome to Hypecast.
Yeah, the show where we get hyped about shit.
Shit.
About stuff. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell. And you know how everybody's always saying, you should not have guests on Hypecast.
Right. So we're taking that to heart this week, and we're not having a guest.
Yeah.
And it's not at all because we had a guest that canceled at the very last minute.
Yeah.
That absolutely didn't happen. This was a decision that we made. This was an editorial decision.
It was due to popular demand. People were like, we want less of you.
Came straight down from the top.
Yeah.
We decided, you know what? We're likable and entertaining personalities.
This will be, will be our our control, where we can be like, this just us.
Yeah.
This is how much you love just us.
Right.
Prove it to us.
Yeah. This is the Control Group podcast.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah. So, I mean, with an introduction like that, I mean, who wouldn't? We probably just gained 30,000 subscribers.
Yeah. We're great. We're good.
What's the first trailer we got this week?
The first one we just added last minute, Slaughterhouse Rules.
Yeah.
This is I keep seeing this advertised as Simon Pegg and Nick Frost back together, and it's like sort of.
Kinda. Simon Pegg.
It doesn't look like it's their movie.
No, it looks a lot like Attack the Block.
Yeah.
Only with white kids in a prep school.
Yeah. Great name.
Yeah.
Great pun name.
Slaughterhouse Rules is a solid pun.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think they shouldn't push that. It feels like Nick Frost is just like a cameo or a short role.
A very small part.
And Simon Pegg's like a teacher who's probably involved a little more into it, but
he's heavily featured in the trailer, but right. I suspect he'll be out of the film by the end of Act 2.
Yeah, it's not like Paul. Like Paul was them.
Right, Paul was them.
This is the director of, I think, what was it called? Fantastic Fear of Everything?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, which I haven't seen.
I have.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's a fine little movie. I tried to say movie and film at the same time and said fine little milm.
A milm?
Milm.
That's
a milm. That's what we call movies that you watch just on streaming.
Right.
You never heard about them before. You see it on your Netflix queue and you're like, oh, hey, I'll watch that. And then that's a milm.
I was thinking it was like going to be what the Oscars in your category is. It's just like it's not quite a movie, not quite a film. It's a milm.
The fact that we're going to get to that.
We'll get to that.
We're going to get to that. Yeah, I mean it looks fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen this director's other things, so right now it looks a little like dime a dozen-y. Like it looks like a lot of films that do this where they're like it's a comedy but there's some horror.
Yeah, there's been a lot of these that have failed.
Yeah.
Recently, like Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah, and so like it's hard to live up to,
and Cooties.
Cooties, I haven't seen. I need to see that one, but I haven't heard anything good about it.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
bad.
Yeah.
It's hard to live up to Shaun of the Dead, or Ghostbusters, which is the Shaun of the Dead of the '80s. I feel like we get one every now and then. That's quite good.
One a decade. That's all we get.
That's all we deserve.
That's all we get.
Yeah.
What's next on the list?
The next one is Red Dead Redemption 2, the gameplay trailer.
Oh yeah.
It's filled with horses.
So many horses.
So much horse.
Solid horse situation. Are we going to comb the horses? Are we going to water the horses? I don't know. We're going to have to play.
Do all that.
We're going to have to play the game to find out.
You're going to play poker. This looks like GTA. GTA.
It is. It's GTA in the Wild West.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't concentrate on the online stuff too much.
They were in the previous game. They were separate.
Okay, good.
Sort of like the way GTA 5 is now.
Right. Yeah, GTA 5, I think they did a good job because they realized that they could like almost stretch it out.
Yeah.
Because they could be like, let's make a good like campaign and story and like really fill it with missions and stuff to do. And then let's just use the same map to do a really good online experience and shit like that. Like, I hope they more or less do the same thing.
I assume that. Why wouldn't they? It's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
And Rockstar, the big draw to Rockstar's games has always been the single player.
Yeah, Rockstar's always, they always make good games. I mean, the story and the characters are debatable. GTA is always known for being like cringeworthy.
Red Dead's not like that.
Yeah, Red Dead seems like it's a little more serious.
It is.
That's good.
And it has more interesting protagonist. I don't know about this game.
Yeah.
Because this game is actually a prequel to the first Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's the same in terms of the mechanics and kind of the structure of the world.
Right.
Instead of cars, you get horses.
Right.
And there were some cars in the first game.
Huh.
Because it was like right at the turn of the century.
Okay.
But
this one seemed to have like it's doing the Assassin's Creed thing where it seems to have like prominent historical figures all crammed into.
Oh.
I can't tell. They said something in the trailer about going through history or whatever, and then they showed a guy who looked very Tesla like.
Oh, maybe.
I was like, I don't know.
I think I had read that Tesla is in this game.
Okay, yeah, and I don't mind that because as long as they know it's silly, like Assassin's Creed was always silly because you're Forrest Gump basically.
Yeah,
you just keep running
You're
into
best friends with Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, and he like builds you weapons.
Yeah,
it's silly.
Yeah, I don't think that was in the first game, but not to my memory.
Right.
So if it was there, that means it wasn't like they didn't stand out that much to me. Either that or it was a historical figure that I'd never heard of. So I was just like, no, character in this game.
I have that. I'm bad at history. So when I was playing the Assassin's Creed Origins, where it's all like Egyptian people, I just kept, whenever they'd like say a name and they'd really emphasize it, I'm like, I bet that's a person.
Yeah,
I bet that's a person I'm supposed to know.
In Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the guy that you like, the merchant that you spend like the first chunk of the game with. I went back and looked. I was like, oh, that's a real guy. I was like, oh, I had no idea. I thought it was just like my video game buddy. I mean, it's. I'm
excited for it. It looks gorgeous. I didn't play the first one. I think I played bits of the first one.
You should. It's good.
Yeah, and I've seen people playing it, and it looked really good.
Yeah.
And this just looks like Far Cry, where it's like, oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm going to be in it for a while. I talked about this on a one-upsmanship episode, but like open world games, I get the same feeling of them, is that they're gorgeous and I love being in them and I feel so happy, and then just slowly everybody stops talking to you. That's how they work, because everybody just slowly starts ignoring you.
You slowly Swayze your way out.
Yeah, and then by the end it's just depressing.
Feel me? Do you feel me? Nobody will speak to you anymore.
Yeah, and I guess they can, with the online stuff, that's how they can like shift it so you don't. Yeah.
It never grabs me though.
Yes, the online stuff, I don't know. GTA Online was fun. I mean, I was like, you never got in on the we were playing with Abe on those role-playing servers, but those were like, it's tough because like you don't want to, the only entertainment you get out of that is being a jackass.
Right.
And I could never do anything else, but these people are legitimately like trying to role play, so you don't want to like ruin their fun. So yeah, the only appeal of GTA Online for me was always be a jackass. I think when I first started playing the not the role playing servers, I just like wore a hockey mask and underwear and would just pick one person to silently follow. Because what else are you going to do? Yeah,
it's who cares?
Yeah,
I don't want to go up to bat for a game that's not out yet, but in my memory, Red Dead Redemption doesn't have the sort of asshole like You know, like
it feels like
Hungry Beaver Saloon or shit like that.
Right. That's good. It feels like it's harder. It'll be harder to be a dickhead on online.
Oh, I don't know.
With a horse,
no
or
idea.
maybe it'll be easier because I feel
it'll be a whole new era of assholery.
Yeah,
you'll be able to be a dickhead in ways you never imagined.
Yeah, it was really easy to be a dickhead when you can drive a car into a group of people playing.
Well, now you can gallop a horse through a group of people.
Oh God, that would be great.
Just a fucking insane horse.
With a carriage attached, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can get down with that. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll see. It's something to be hyped about, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
When is it coming out? Do you know?
I don't know.
Probably, I'm assuming fall, around Christmas.
Maybe. Yeah. Did it not say?
Nothing's happening until like October.
I know.
It's awful.
The
next one's Spider-Man.
We got
right?
Spider-Man in September. Yeah.
That's so far from now. It's so far from now.
It's like 100 years from now.
Yeah.
We'll be in our 50s by then.
Yeah, we'll be dead by then.
Yeah.
Should we move on to this?
Yeah, let's move on.
To Fahrenheit 11.9.
Okay.
All right, Michael Moore.
Okay,
so
Michael Moore. Calm down.
There's one thing that right away bothers me because I there's a lot to say about Michael Moore and that he's very insufferable.
Yeah.
But I think he needs to I think he's going the wrong direction in sense of he's getting broader and broader about his subjects. Like Fahrenheit 9/11 was just about Bush and the war in Iraq.
It's about the Bush administration and the Iraq War, yeah.
It felt like it went on tangents, and then this feels even more broad because it's just about Trump as a president.
Right, like...
I'm not saying it's not deserving of it, but there's one part in the trailer where he goes to that guy with Flint water.
Right.
And I was like, dude, do a follow-up to your fucking Roger and me. Do something about Flint again and the water. Like, that's what you should be doing. Just fucking focus on that.
Because that's not, I mean, the Trump administration is not doing anything to help that situation, but it started years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It has nothing, I can't say
the Obama administration.
It doesn't, it's not that it has nothing to do with Trump. It's just that in a documentary about Trump, that scene, I was just like, what are you doing?
It seems weirdly tangential, yeah.
Exactly. So just do something on Flint.
He pulls up to, I don't know, one of the representatives for Michigan and just starts spraying dirty water over the fence, which is like, that's not helping, man.
No, it's not helping.
Like, what are you doing?
It would be great. It would be great to see a documentary where he's just trying to get that problem fixed.
Or or like Roger and me, just trying to talk to that person about, like, what is your excuse for not taking care of this?
Right, that would be
for
great
letting
too.
this happen.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciated, I think you're right, though. Like, I appreciated the deep dive of Bowling for Columbine. Although Bowling for Columbine gets a little tangential at points.
Yeah.
But just investigating the, we call it now, like, doing research for the different things we wrote for Cracked and stuff, going down like a rabbit hole on a subject where it's just like, it branches out in all these weird, unexpected directions. So I like that aspect of some of his filmmaking where he's connecting these things. It's like, well, actually this problem is endemic of this, which is endemic of this, which, and connecting those dots going back up,
right,
all the way back up the tree or whatever. But with like his what was it, Sicko, his healthcare one?
I never saw that one.
And Fahrenheit 9/11, and then this one where it's like it opens up with Fahrenheit 9/11, and then the numbers reverse to 11/9. I'm like, oh, okay, like this is
11/9 when Trump got elected.
Yeah,
that's election day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's convenient for Michael Moore.
He fucking came so hard when he noticed that.
Jesus,
no, he did.
Yeah.
It just seems so like I like that he's got the Stoneman Douglas kids in it. But like,
yeah.
Maybe do a follow up to Bowling for Columbine with those kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe don't fold them into the Trump thing because that's more of the gun lobbying, like the NRA and gun lobbyists, like fucking royal treatment they get and the unlimited access that they have to influence government policy and stuff like that's related. Like that's another thing that's directly related to something you already talked about, man.
Yeah,
like,
do follow-ups.
Do a follow-up on that. Don't do, like...
Maybe...
Make your follow-up be to your kind of vague indictment of the Bush administration and then be like, well, it's directly related to Trump.
here's my thoughts: is maybe the whole point of this movie is to follow up on both of those things. Is the fact that he made these documentaries pointing out
and nothing changed.
These problems and nothing changed,
Maybe.
and it is in fact getting worse. The issue with Michael Moore, of course, is that like he shouldn't be in his own documentaries. He's very good at making documentaries, but I think people don't like him.
It's twofold. He's usually good at making documentaries. He's guilty of some subterfuge.
He can be manipulative.
Well, not subterfuge. He's guilty of manipulative editing.
Yes, for sure. I would say it's hard because I would say every documentary has that to an extent. However, he's pretty bad. And that's like, part of me is saying that's why he's good at making documentaries, because he's good at manipulating people, which is a bad way to look at documentaries.
Yeah, like I'm talking about like the kind of fucking James O'Keefe-ian shit that he does.
Right, yeah, that shit's wrong.
He's like, Mr. Heston, I'm gonna leave this picture of this little kid at your gate, and it's like clearly not the same day he talked to Charlton Heston.
Yeah, that was also like that whole part.
That was real heavy-handed, and also Charlton Heston was on the brink of Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
so
and
like,
there's just,
why are you
just
yelling
guy
at
showing
Chuck?
Up. He also did. Yeah, he also did that part where he interviews Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and then cuts to an animation.
Yeah.
About guns that looks very much like South Park, but they had nothing to do with. And so it was like he'd do stuff like that, where like very like not he would omit certain things. Like I don't know. I'm sure there's tons of people who have fact checked him and found all sorts of inconsistencies.
Yeah, well, I think we did it. Oh, not we. I think Cracked did it before.
Yeah, which is why I think it's easier. Like these documentaries are becoming these broad rants.
Yes,
it would be better if he focused. He just told a story.
Yeah,
because again, Roger and Me, what made it great was it was just his journey to
or be Ken Burns. Like you either focus on one thing and tell a story if you have to be, because he seems to have to be sort of he's not the subject of his documentaries, but he's definitely like the main character in his documentaries.
Right.
Or if you're going to do these incredibly broad, incredibly in-depth analyses of things, be Ken Burns and don't be in your documentary.
Yeah. 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 I don't know what he's doing anymore.
I think Ken Burns. One of the reasons Ken Burns isn't in his documentaries is because he's kind of weird looking.
He is very weird.
He's a little strange looking man.
His hair doesn't match him.
He looks like Dave Foley doing a character on Kids in the Hall.
Does look like Dave Foley.
He looks like Dave Foley doing a character that's like an arts and crafts teacher at like a community center for adults who teaches like a night class on arts and crafts or like a scrapbooking class.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that sketch.
I'm ripping into Ken Burns for no reason right now.
I mean, he's great at what he does.
Yeah, he's great filmmaker.
Yeah, he's just a weird guy.
So yeah.
I mean, Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit 11.
I'm not. I can't. I don't know if I'll see this. I was going through Amazon, and there's like shitty documentaries that are like Year Trump and stuff like that, of like, we look at how it all happened, and it's like, motherfucker, I don't want to sit and relax and just like, the last thing I want to do is watch a film about Trump right now.
Yeah. And
I think I speak for most of America when I say that.
Yes.
So if that's the thing, is if Fahrenheit 11/9, this has actually been my problem with the new Daily Show, is I don't know what happened in the writer's room, but I feel like the new Daily Show, they mostly just say things I already know now. Like it's not that it's bad, it's just that there's nothing challenging, like Jon Stewart, his writing staff, because I know they switched things around in between that time. And this is like where it's just like cheerleading. It's just like, yeah, look how dumb these people are. Like the Daily Show used to like go after, which this is hard to do now, but they used to go after like the media and like point out hypocrisies on both sides, and they used to call out bullshit. And now when I watch the Daily Show, I just feel like they're just telling me what they think I want to hear.
Yeah.
And I'm scared, like Fahrenheit 11/9, and I think later Michael Moore can be like that, where it's like he's not going to challenge us in any way.
Right.
He's just going to appeal to people who think the way I do and just reaffirm everything. Which I'm not saying he should like defend Trump or like none of like show the other side of anything. It's just I need something interesting and unique that I don't already know about.
Right,
in
like if
this.
if he was going to talk about the mainstream media's culpability in getting Trump elected,
Yeah.
then I'd be like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. If he
Like-
was going to explore something that we don't hear about, or we
yeah,
don't think
or
about
that's like
as much.
super unpopular and gets shouted down every time it's brought up.
Yeah. It can't just obviously it can't be like, well, the Nazis have a point too. Like that's not what I mean. I mean more just some interesting take
Yeah,
on Trump because we've just been so oversaturated with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, I'm good to move on.
Yeah, to the Nutcracker, which I am very upset about
Fuck
this trailer.
this movie. Well, fuck this trailer.
Yeah, I guess the movie itself, it's like I don't care. I just don't care. My experience with the Nutcracker is my parents
The
brought
music.
me to see it when I was
Yeah.
a kid, and I hid inside my jacket the entire time and hated it.
I don't think I've ever actually seen it. I just know the music.
Yeah. The trailer, however,
It. All right, let's talk about it.
it includes a slow, dark cover of No Doubt's I'm Just a Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I know exactly how this happened. It's bad. It's a bad
It's
cover.
a bad cover. You
It's-
don't take a 90s ska song and make a moody, dark cover of it.
No, you just don't do that.
What are you doing?
This is how I
It's like
imagine
Tom
this
Waits
happened.
doing fucking the impression that I get.
Yeah, exactly. It's meaningless. It's. I want to hear that now.
And I never. It wouldn't sound that different, actually. It would just
what
sound like Dickie Barrett singing more slowly.
Oh my god.
It would just be it would be really slow, and it would be like a bunch
It
of
would sound like if you just took the song and played it at half speed.
right,
Yeah.
and then instead of like the horns and guitars and stuff, it would be all of Tom Waits' weird homemade instruments that he builds.
Oh, it'd be so good.
It would sound like you're slow. It would sound like you're flatlining while somewhere in the hospital. The impression that I get was playing.
Yeah.
Like you're crossing over into the spirit world.
Yeah, as it's
As
playing.
it's playing.
You're definitely going to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You realize the specter of death is reaching out to you through a fucking ska song as you shed your mortal coil.
This all right, it's an executive at a trailer company. Someone comes up to him and says, "Hey, look, we got this slow cover for No Doubt for our Nutcracker. Look, I put it over it. We secured the rights." And they said, "Yeah, that's great." And that's how it was done. That's it. Not a single thought went into that beyond someone saying, "Hey, I got the slow cover of No Doubt. You want me to throw that in there?" And they're like, "Yeah, that sounds great."
I think there was one
Moving
additional
on.
thought.
What?
The main character's a girl.
Right. So, and this says, "I'm just a girl."
Yes, and that's the only
And
line
she is
they-
a girl.
Yeah.
It is so bad.
They don't. They leave the part out. They won't let me drive at night.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a ska song.
it's a ska song. You
Oh my
fucking
God.
nimrods!
It's
What are you doing?
We need trailers to be better.
We need this to go away.
Yes,
we need this trope
specific
to
trope.
go away.
Yeah. Because it's so distracting that I don't remember anything else about this trailer.
I remember Sam Jackson.
Okay.
No, not Sam Jackson. Morgan Freeman.
Okay, see, you barely
Yeah,
remembered.
I barely
Morgan
remembered
Freeman.
it.
Yeah, I didn't know Morgan Freeman was in this.
Yeah.
I just
Oh, he's there.
just blind rage. Like this song is so bad.
It's man, this trope needs to go away.
Yeah, it really does. Like
What was the first?
who the hell
Who's
knows?
responsible for this?
Yeah.
I remember they did the Pinocchio song for Age of Ultron.
Oh yeah, it existed before that though.
I know that wasn't the first one. Yeah, what the?
Shit. I don't know. We
Who
sit
gives
here.
a shit?
There's like 20 of them now.
Yeah.
There's that, and of course there's the slow piano cover of the theme. They did it for
yeah.
a few,
Yeah.
which is it's like one finger on a piano
Mhm.
doing the theme,
Right.
which was really weird.
It's Schroeder getting angry at Lucy in the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Right? Yeah.
Just like a
Yeah.
single, one finger on the piano.
Yeah. They need to. I mean, I know why this is happening. It's the same reason why posters look all the same, which is because they're trying to save money, so
Yes.
they just go with. It's why now this disturbs me. And I don't know why it disturbs me more than everything else, because it shouldn't. I think it's just because it snuck up on me. Is that when you stick in a Blu-ray now, it's the same default menu, like the iMovie, iDVD menu for like major blockbusters.
Right, it's just a still screen of whatever the poster was, and then the
and
same
like 4
buttons, the exact
and like,
same
I swear
buttons.
to God, it even has like the iDVD like music, like dun, 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 dun. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
Like I remember
It
the
looks like
DVD,
a DVD I made in college.
Yes. I remember the DVD for like The Abyss was like so amazing, or Terminator. Like what?
Those were both made by Van Ling.
Right. I think there's a big, and I think it's mostly.
He did all the Star Wars ones too.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. All the really cool animated menus and shit. That was all that guy. I think he is like a producer now, or a VFX guy.
They need to get their shit together.
I mean, they just don't care. Like, why spend the money on it? There's so little money in physical media and in the movie industry right now. Nobody's buying Blu-rays. It's so hard to get people to go out to the theater, so they're not going to spend money on a trailer or a poster. It's like, well, maybe if you fucking cared, people would come out.
Right.
Like, if you made it seem like a big deal.
It's just such a... Or like, we'll start with making a good movie. Make a movie that when I watch, I'm like, I want to know how that was made.
Yeah.
Because now, like, when I got the special features edition of Infinity War, and I said to myself, like, I guess I'll look through the special features, and I realized right away, like, I don't need to know how the special effects was done. It's all in a computer. Like, there's nothing special about. Like, there's nothing cool to watch the making of for. It's just them being like, yeah, we put it in a computer. We did this stuff. There's some outtakes. There's an outtake reel. And I was like, oh, that's fun. It's like 3 minutes long. And even outtake reels, though, are like, these are the outtake reels that we've agreed with the agents and the producers.
Right, that we cleared with everyone.
Yeah, it's so disingenuous and fake of the making of movies now. And maybe it's always been that way, but like I go back and I look at like the making of like The Evil Dead and the commentaries, or like or the Kevin Smith commentaries, or like when like the ones where they're like just getting drunk during the commentaries. I've seen a couple
Trey
of that.
Parker ones.
Yeah, where they're like actually talking about how the movie was made, and like the woes they had along the way. Or what's it called? The Hamster Effect, the Terry Gilliam documentary for 12 Monkeys.
Yes.
Yeah. Where they actually talk, where there's like villains and heroes in the making of the movie.
Yeah. John Carpenter's movies are good like that.
Yeah. Where they just actually, and the Marvel special features were so sanitized. The only making of, they'd had a director's roundtable, and it was with James Gunn. Yeah, and this just came out too.
Yeah,
like, and they're all just sitting around congratulating themselves on their movies. It's supposed to be them telling stories, but they don't tell any stories or any insight. They just talk about how the franchise synergy is great.
There's a commentary track with the two directors.
I don't know if I want to.
It must be on the Blu-ray.
Yeah, I don't. Just judging by the special features of all that stuff, it's like this has nothing interesting to say. Sorry, that was a tangent.
Or make a poster that's like a piece of art that I want to buy.
Yeah, just like
I have a
shit.
Yeah, I have a Hostel 2 poster. Not my favorite movie.
Right.
I just really liked it as a piece of art.
I get fan posters more.
Yeah, there's
those people actually give a shit.
Or like Mondo Media, when they do their limited edition posters.
Yeah.
They make some fucking badass posters. It's like, pay them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know Mondo just publishes them. They're done by different artists, but they go through them, like, and hire a fucking some artist that makes like a crazy awesome poster or like art print or t-shirt design about the movie on their Redbubble page or whatever. It's like, hire those people. What are you doing?
Yeah, they'll probably do it for cheap. They probably won't just take a slow cover of "I'm Just a Girl" and slap it on your trailer.
Yeah. Just like a sad wet dick.
Yep, like
just
a sad
flops
wet
on
dick.
your trailer. The most unappealing thing in the world. I don't want to. No, ew.
Yeah,
like nobody wants that.
No one wants it on their Nutcracker.
I mean, it's a shame. Like that fucking song so put me off of the trailer.
I have no interest in this movie because of that song.
Yeah. It also looks very Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, it looks generic.
It just looks very like, who cares?
A generic like fantasy CGI.
A generic fantasy snow movie.
Yeah.
Magic in the Snow,
Magic in the Snow.
which is a bummer.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any personality to it at all. I'll watch it if we have to, for We Just Watched.
I mean,
yeah, that's gonna be a real bummer.
No, it's gonna be a real bummer. What's next?
Serenity.
This is a thriller starring Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway.
Yes,
and Diane Lane.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a secret Interstellar sequel.
It could be.
Yeah, where they've been on the planet for a while, and then she's just like, "I need you to kill my husband."
Yeah, my husband Jason Clarke.
Yeah,
How did he get out of space with us? Why is Diane Lane here?
Oh man,
she's Martha Kent. Superman flew her out there.
Yeah, it's all connected.
It's all connected, man.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the MCU, the McConaughey cinematic universe.
We need that. That would save film.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
It's like the one Jet Li's the one. All the McConaugheys are connected through multiverses.
Oh, and they have to kill each other.
Yes.
To have one more powerful McConaughey.
Yeah. It would come to a showdown between like Sahara McConaughey and True Detective McConaughey.
Yeah, that's what True Detective McConaughey was seeing at the end there.
Yes, he was seeing the MCU.
Yeah.
The McConaughverse.
It's all coming together.
Man, we just wrote an awesome movie.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey, if you're listening.
Yeah. Get at me.
Us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very 90s thriller.
Yes.
Which
excites me, but I also know it doesn't like deserve to make money.
Right. It's probably not. Well, I don't know. It might be interesting, but it looks.
No, I'm sure it didn't cost that much money. And
like it looks like a Perfect Murder, Diabolique.
Yeah.
Like
Domestic Disturbance. Remember that one? That was the one with I think John Travolta and.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Where John Travolta's son witnesses Vince Vaughn murder Steve Buscemi in like a steel mill.
I think we've always been making these movies. I don't think about them until 10 years after the fact.
Yeah.
Because there's 90s thrillers that I've noticed from like 2003 too. Like, they've always existed. Swordfish.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've always, for some reason, there's some... They must be making money in some way that they've figured it out.
This is geared more towards like middle-aged people, maybe.
Yeah, I think they have a formula. They're like, okay, we spend like $40 million. We get these actors. We lock them into a contract where they get to do something better later.
Sure,
it takes place on a boat.
We'll give them an EP credit.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then we knock these out. We base it off of some like book.
I was about to say I would not be at all surprised to find out that this is based on some novel.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the type of novel that would sell very well at the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. And then they fucking
paperback
feed
flies
that
off
shit
the
to the baby boomers.
Here, eat this, you fucks.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, it looks like Mortal Thoughts with Demi Moore and Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I think it's the same plot. Sure, sleeping with the enemy.
Yeah, it's why not? I don't know. I have nothing else to say about it.
Yeah. It's
beyond that. I'm like excitedly lukewarm on it, where I'm just like, I look forward to watching this on streaming for free.
Yeah, we will watch this grinning like dickheads.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like there'll be like a weird death. Like there'll of course be a twist where someone else is the bad guy,
right? Like Wild
confronted
Things.
on a boat, and they're like shoot him with a harpoon,
very
and they
Wild
die
Things.
and fall in the ocean.
Wild Things.
What, is that Wild
You're
Things?
describing something that happens in Wild. You're describing what Kevin Bacon does to what Matt Dillon does to Kevin Bacon in Wild Things.
Okay. Spoilers for Wild Things.
One of them gets shot with a harpoon and falls over the side to bleed to death in the ocean. Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. All right.
Go watch Wild Things.
Yeah, everybody watch Wild Things and then watch this in a year from now.
Yes.
Yeah. Next one is King of Thieves.
Oh man. It's an old British person heist movie.
Yes, it's a heist movie with like 5 old British actors and then Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Yeah. I don't know if this is like I didn't understand 50% of the dialogue of this trailer.
Yeah, because you have Ray Winstone in there.
They're so British and they're so old where it just sounds like gibberish.
Like Michael Caine was probably the most intelligible person in the trailer, which is not a great batting average.
Right.
because you have Michael Caine narrating. You're like, okay, I'm getting it. And then fucking Ray Winstone shows up and opens his mouth. Like, I get maybe 20% of the words he says. Like,
can you imagine having to direct all these old bastards?
Michael Gambon.
Yeah, they can't shoot for more than a half hour because someone has to pee.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, sit down and read the paper.
Yeah. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I'll watch this goddamn movie.
It's a heist movie with fucking, yeah. What's the old people lineup? You said Michael Gambon.
Michael Caine, Ray Winstone, a fourth elderly British actor that I didn't recognize.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Are we sure?
No.
Because it felt like
Not
there was
at
like
all.
5. And it's wonderful.
Jim Broadbent.
There we go. Yeah.
We did it.
Wonderful.
We did it, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I love excuse me, I burped. I love this genre of old people partying. Haven't seen a single one. Haven't seen like Las Vegas or the Bad Grandpa, whatever that Grandpa one was.
It was a Dirty Grandpa.
Dirty Grandpa.
And I don't know.
I did see
Michael Caine did just do one of these.
Yeah.
And I can't remember even what it was called.
Did you see Bucket List?
No.
I find that to be one of the most delightful films ever made because it was just, let's take Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman and have them do like bits together and just be old guys like skydiving and going on adventures.
I mean, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, and that's it. Like there's of course there's like a plot. But who cares about that?
Who gives a shit about that? Just do an old guy treasure hunt.
Yeah, it's an old guy like
old guys hunting treasure.
The premise is that Jack Nicholson's like a millionaire and he goes into the hospital and he has to be next to Morgan Freeman, and then they realize they haven't done a bunch of things, so he uses his millionaire money to like take them around the world.
Sure.
It's great. It's great. It's like Space Cowboys. It's one of those. It's I want to say touching, but probably not. It's delightful.
Yeah, it's your last moments of life fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a last temptation of Christ.
Yes.
It's Christ on the cross, seeing his entire life had he not been Jesus.
Exactly.
So it's Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman laying in bed together.
Yeah.
Imagining them going on a whirlwind.
So that's what you think?
And then it comes, and they just
I didn't think of it that way, but you're right. They probably died right there in the hospital.
They get, they skydive, they fucking thwart a civil war.
Right.
They find pirate gold, and they're shaking hands on a beach in the sunset, and they're like, it truly was a bucket list. And then we hear, boo!
You're right.
And then it flashes
That's
back.
That's bad because there's like emotional closure with like their loved ones during that time too. Like just people they wish they reached out to.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a dark movie.
No,
now.
they never came to visit them.
Yeah.
They just died.
No one see
hospital.
Bucket List. It's fucking depressing.
So yeah. What's the next trailer?
No more trailers.
No more trailers.
We're on to news.
Oh.
We got Batwoman.
Oh yeah.
Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
From John Wick 2.
And Orange is the New Black.
In a CW show. Yeah, Orange is the New Black.
And a film we're going to see today for we just watched, The Meg.
She's in The Meg?
She's in The Meg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for her. People complain she's not a great actress or something. I've seen complaints about that. People are like, oh, I'm glad there's a Batwoman. I wish she was a better actress.
I've only seen her in John Wick.
And she doesn't speak.
She doesn't speak.
People are saying that, but it's like, I think she's fine for this CW show about Batwoman.
For about Batwoman?
Yeah. Sure. And the thing is that, like, maybe she's not a good actress. Maybe she's fine. But we let, like, Keanu Reeves do stuff for ages.
Yeah.
Like, we can... It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's not pull that card.
Yeah, she's
friend.
not... This isn't, like, some, like... Yeah, this isn't something that relies on acting, necessarily. It's... an action show on CW.
You're Batwoman.
Yeah.
Gonna be kicking people.
Yeah, exactly.
And growling.
This isn't like Scorsese's next movie. Like, like it's just it's great.
Yeah, it's sure. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it other than
Isn't she playing a lesbian?
Yeah, the character as of the New 52 version of Batwoman, which was in the mid 2000s, the character is an out lesbian.
Yeah.
And so will the character on the show be.
Good.
And so is the actress playing the character.
Yeah.
So people are excited about that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Just do that.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Just
fucking do that. Maybe
do
make,
that from
maybe
now
make
on.
movies.
Yeah, maybe do that
of
when
that.
you make movies.
Yeah.
So Scarlett Johansson doesn't have to play trans people.
Yeah.
Not have to play. So it just doesn't.
Well, she backed out of it.
Right. Have to play was the wrong phrase.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Forced to.
Not forced to play.
No, yeah.
Have the gall to play, maybe. What were you saying?
I don't remember. I'm glad she's backed out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll never see this show, but it's not for me. It's for teenagers, I imagine. All right, maybe it's not always.
Not always.
Teenagers.
I haven't watched Arrow. I've seen a little bit of The Flash.
Yeah, I don't. I have no.
Those are all
Yeah.
CW superhero shows.
I'm like, I think maybe it's just my age or some. I've always been repelled by the letter CW.
I don't remember CW ever being.
I've
been watching Supernatural. It's fine.
Okay.
It's enjoyable. I don't. We talked about this with Ganser, I think, on a Hypecast some moons ago, where like the network kind of doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Like,
no, I'm being prejudiced against CW because I think like the way CW was when I was like a teenager.
It was it was kind of bubblegum crap.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of describing it. But I'm sure it's gotten. Is that new Titans thing on CW?
No, it's on DC streaming service.
Oh right.
Yeah,
that's gonna fail.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, it is.
God.
If you're gonna put your show with fucking Dick Grayson stabbing hoodlums to death and saying "fuck Batman," I'm like, y'all picked the wrong Robin.
Yeah, they should have done something safe for their streaming.
Yeah,
service.
what a weird thing to do.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I'm sure Batwoman won't be stabbing hoodlums to death and saying "fuck Batman" on the CW program Batwoman.
That'd be great if she was. If it's just every new show now is just every trailer is one of them going "fuck Batman."
Yeah, every new show is just so angry it exists.
Yeah.
Why?
Why am I here? All right, I guess.
What's the next thing?
Well, I don't know if I should save talking about the Academy stuff. Because we have some more comic book news.
Oh, okay.
We have the making more Spider-Mans.
Yeah, lots of. They're talking about. This article just went up today as we record this, which is Thursday. Sony kind of restructuring a little bit of its plans, but they're still doing the Morbius movie. They're going to do a Kraven the Hunter movie. Which okay. They're taking their. He's a Spider-Man villain.
Oh, okay.
You'd like him. He dresses in a vest.
Oh, okay.
And wears like leopard pants. And he tries to hunt Spider-Man with like spears and shit. You'd be really into this guy.
Okay, yeah.
He's got a big mustache and he's super Russian.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Checking off all sorts of boxes.
Wow. Well, it changed. Like the leopard pants and vest, that sounded like Cheetah Chrome from like the Dead Boys. But then like the mustache and the Australian completely changes how I imagine that person. Russia.
Not Australian.
That's all the same.
And then they're splitting. They were going to do Silver and Black, which was going to be Silver Sable and Black Cat, two other supporting Spider-Man characters. But they're splitting those up into two separate movies.
Huh.
And Venom might not end up being rated R after all.
That seems like them wussing out. Is that it?
Maybe.
They should probably just do the movie they set out to make.
I always thought it was weird to make an R-rated Venom movie, but
I agree with that. Just from what you're describing with the comics, how you've described them as not being they're
not R-rated.
It's more just that whenever these companies start making a movie, and then they're like at the last minute, like, no, let's make it different. Yeah, it's not a good movie.
Yeah, maybe stick to the movie you were making.
Yeah, just make the movie and then see.
Maybe hang on to a vision, please.
Yeah, that sounds like a
any
test
vision of the
thing.
film.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Maybe it'll be like the movie Spawn. Remember Spawn?
I do.
PG-13,
we
but there's an R rating.
Yeah,
yeah. So it might be as good as Spawn.
It could be as good as 1997's Spawn.
No, I think I don't know.
I'm getting excited for Venom.
I am too. It also might just be PG-13 because this is the optimistic version. Is maybe they're just making the movie they're making, and they thought that was going to be R, and then when they went to get the MPAA, they were like, "Oh, this is actually PG-13."
Could be.
Could be. Maybe there's just like one F-bomb or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who can say?
Who among us?
Yeah, but I will definitely watch this movie. That is for sure.
Yes.
Also, they're making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
They're still
with Ben Schwartz.
I don't understand what this movie is because they announced that James Marsden would be playing Sonic the Hedgehog,
right?
And now they're saying Ben Schwartz will be playing the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Maybe James Marsden will just be in the green screen suit, just the mocap.
He's just doing the mocap for Sonic.
The mocap.
He really wanted to get the physical performance.
Yeah, this is a live action hybrid, so I'm imagining it's like Christopher Robin or the fucking Smurfs movie or
Sure.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's going to look like that.
I like that they completely abandoned that Smurfs idea after the first film.
They didn't they?
The sequels were like, fuck it, it's full animated.
Yeah, but why not? Like, I'm sure they realized that just who cares?
Yeah,
with the Smurfs, I don't know. I assume this will be for kids.
I mean, who else would it be for? Well,
they could
do kids know who Sonic is?
That's the thing. This is another one. I'm like, what is this?
What are you doing?
What is this? Because
it's like I mean, I don't remember how well it did. I think it did okay, but it's like when Blue Sky did that Peanuts movie like a year or two ago. It's like
that's weird.
Kids know what Peanuts is.
Yeah.
Do kids like Charlie Brown?
That's for grandparents to drag grandkids to. I don't know what this world is going to look like. I assume there will be a lot of loop-de-loops everywhere.
No, I hope so.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is Robotnik.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, yeah. This movie's insane.
Okay, I'm sort of picturing now like a fantasy type, like a Nutcracker type universe where not obviously like not snowy magic, but like a hybrid where it's actually the universe. I was imagining at first a CGI character in a live action world.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm thinking it's probably going to be live action actors in a CGI world.
Ew.
More like Sin City. You know what I mean? Where it's going to be maybe like very effects heavy, and just or like Speed Racer, that hit Speed Racer,
the smash hit film Speed Racer.
Yeah, I'm imagining now something like that. Maybe
I will forever hate Speed Racer.
It's a bad movie.
It got a literary agency turned down a book of mine because of my opinion on Speed Racer. Because of me saying that Speed Racer was a bad film.
And they were like,
well, that's subjective. You can't just randomly say whether a film is bad or not because that means you're deciding it, and it's everybody has their own opinion. It's like, no, I clearly said that movies that were critical and commercial failures. Anyway, that's a rant.
Also, you, sir, have not seen Speed Racer in a while, apparently.
Well, it was clear that this person loves Speed Racer and watches it several times a year.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to, in my mind, I'm imagining myself being tasked with making Sonic the Hedgehog and being like, how do you make this work?
You're just making an animated movie. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I guess for kids, but like kids. Yeah.
I don't understand why they need to do these weird things. Like when I don't know if it's still happening, but when Blue Sky announced that they were going to do a Mario movie, I was like, perfect. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do it animated. Why would you
by,
not do it animated?
I stand by that the live action film was the best version of a Mario movie because Mario is, when you look at Mario, and I kind of hope this Sonic movie is like that because I like that alternative where you look at Mario and you're like, this is a batshit plot. Those are weird turtle people. Nothing makes sense. And then they're like, okay, we're going to make a movie of it. And so might as well just make like a fucking
madhouse, fucking angry drunk Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, like
with a broken hand.
Yeah, that makes as much sense of anything else you're gonna do.
Sonic, I will give Sonic credit for this. I was super hoping. I mean, Ganser can listen to this and seethe with rage. I will give Sonic that it actually has kind of a storyline that is logical.
Right. There's the villain. What the villain is?
He's putting animals and he's trapping animals and putting them inside robots.
Did Sonic get created by him?
I don't know.
Wait, he's trapping animals and putting them inside robots?
He's enslaving animals. He's using them to run his robots.
Are the animals smart?
I don't know.
Is it just a dog and a robot?
Well, when you bust open the machines, it's like regular animals.
And so they're just in there like, help me?
I don't know.
Why do you need the animal?
Maybe they're like powering it with like some fucking Sonic super fan is shrieking at us right now, but I don't know. I just but it's more of a plot than like Mario.
Right. Is it more like the fuel? Like
maybe.
Is it like the robot's like, oh, powering down, I gotta juice another terrier in here. Take its pulp.
Grind up another rabbit.
Yeah, it's just got a bunch in it and it just keeps
Yep.
It's blood spurting from its robot tailpipe.
You can hear shrieks
as
you walk by a little robot. Also, the robots themselves are frequently robot animals.
Oh my god. Okay.
Though not necessarily the animals that are trapped within them.
Okay.
So you'll break like a robot bee and like a rabbit will fall out of it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's a maniac.
He must be stopped.
Yeah.
So now you see the plot of Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's fair.
Gotta stop him. None of this explains where Sonic's shoes come from.
Right.
His tiny little shoes. He's wearing socks as well.
Well, I mean, I assume he bought the socks at like,
right, and as fast
the
as he's running,
section of Walmart.
Yeah, as fast as he's running, if you weren't wearing socks with those shoes, which look like tap shoes,
blisters. Yeah,
you really shred your feet up.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next?
All right, let's talk about the Academy.
Okay.
They've announced a new. They announced a few things. They're going to have shorter ceremonies. Apparently, this was per request of ABC because the Oscars have had terrible ratings
consistently for the last few years.
And they haven't figured out why, and will continue to
not figure out why.
And instead award movies about people fucking fish instead of and so instead of saying, hey, maybe the stuff we're doing is bad, they're just adding a new category.
Or maybe the ceremony itself isn't particularly interesting.
Hey, maybe we should stop self-congratulating every single ceremony. Best popular film, which
best most popular,
which is the most pandering fucking thing ever.
Yeah,
because what does
that even mean?
I think they're just mean movie that made a lot of money.
I guess.
I think they're going to take the movies that made the most money that year and then vote for the best one.
The best one.
And maybe the nomination process. I don't know how else. They introduced 10 Best Picture slots
to try and get more people to watch.
Exactly. And to do this, to have a broader.
Yeah.
The problem is that they don't. The problem is, I think, and this is the problem with a lot of things, is that it's a bunch of old people.
It's a bunch of old people.
And so they need to die so that new people can come and actually say, no, these are the Best Picture winners. This is the movie that had the best screenwriting. They tend to get. Best Picture seems like it's always an issue.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
And the thing they shouldn't do, I feel like, is just pander to popular movies, right? Like they're good.
Well, sometimes
mainstream movies, but for the most part,
but
they're not made for this reason.
Sometimes the most popular movie, or like a super popular movie, is clearly the best movie.
Yeah, but like.
Well, not often, actually.
Well, that's the thing. Is
but I mean, like,
right now it's all superheroes, and again, like I've said this a million times. I feel like they fundamentally don't work for like timelessness or for the thing what the Oscars are out to reward, which is like really good storytelling. Where these are more like I don't know, they're just fantasy. They're spectacle. It's really hard to relate to a lot of the characters. And there's nothing particularly clever about the writing usually. Like sometimes they'll be good.
I mean, it's usually pretty competent.
They're competent, yeah, and it's always impressive. Like the reason Black Panther was impressive is because I feel like they have a hand tied behind their back because they have to make this type of movie. So to make it's like something that's stands out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something that where they still had to follow the superhero formula, but the film wound up being about like an actual issue.
Yeah. And so like if this is just them trying to get superhero movies I
don't know what it is.
Awards, I think that's got to be it. I think
it's them trying to give like Star Warses and
yeah.
But it's like, well, if the movie's good, like there's no reason you couldn't there's no reason you couldn't just give Black Panther a nomination.
Yeah, that's the thing is why not just give Black Panther a nomination?
I don't understand this category.
I don't either. And I think it's just because
Do we want to start? Do we want to start slinging awards to fucking Transformers movies? Like, why?
Exactly. I think what's going to happen. I don't think they know what this is either.
No, they've been pretty vague on it because the article I read was the Academy's official statement was like, no, movies can qualify for both Best Picture and Best Most Popular. Which
what
is
the
like,
fuck does that mean?
So what the fuck?
Is it people's choice all of a sudden?
What the hell is the distinction?
Is it? Are they going to have like a vote? Like everybody could vote on the movie?
They do not describe what the metric is for most popular.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just everybody votes online, which if that's the case, then get ready for some trolling.
Yeah.
Like get ready for some campaigns.
Get ready for Dinesh D'Souza's movie.
Yeah, exactly.
To win an Academy Award.
So I don't know. This is dumb.
Yeah, it's real stupid.
It's
just old people need to die. That's the motto. That's the moral for pretty much everything.
Who cares if it's 4 hours, 5 hours long? I really look forward to the Oscars. Well, not so much anymore. But it's like, give me, like, WrestleMania gets to be 5 hours long. Why can't the Oscars be 5 hours long?
Well, I mean,
why can't it
That's
be
how
an
you
event?
save the Oscars. You get everybody up there in colorful outfits and they start beating the shit out of each other.
All right, I think we solved the Oscars.
We solved the Oscars. Oh, man, that's right. We got wrestling in a week.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. That
guys,
means you guys are going to get some
Yeah,
wrestling
you guys are
in a
going to
week.
get some wrestling in a week. Yeah.
So that's bizarre.
Fucking whatever.
I think they're just like, yeah, we should have. I don't know.
They're just old.
They should have given fucking Get Out the award.
Yeah, they should also figure out
Bastards.
how to. They should have given Get Out. I can't fucking believe. Well, they do this all the time.
Yeah.
La La Land didn't win. Which was
Moonlight
satisfying.
did. Yeah. The fuck out of here.
Fucking The Artist. Like there are always these
Right,
movies
there's
that
these,
nobody ever sees again.
Yeah,
and
The
everybody's
Artist.
rock hard for
fucking
that year.
Crash.
Yeah. Stop it.
Shakespeare in Love.
Just die, baby boomers.
Fucking baby boomers.
No, they also need to do something where like. I think how the nominations work is that like everybody or like just in the industry nominates in that specific, like if you have one for directing or a director in the Directors Guild or however it works, you get to nominate best directors, but then everybody votes on the winner or something.
Well, I think didn't you write about this? It's like a really bizarre process.
Yeah.
Where they tally, I don't know, you guys should look it up. I can't remember enough about it to explain the process, but it's a very strange process where basically every Academy member gets a list of the nominees for each category and they vote, and the way they tally it is they see, they don't even see, it's not based on position.
They do it in, they vote just, like they like rate
They pick like 4 or 5. They don't rate them. They just pick, here, what do you think are like the 4 best movies or like the 3 best movies or something like that. And they just pick the movies that got votes, not necessarily what position they were in.
Right. Yeah.
It's really fucking strange.
Yeah, and the way it's one of those situations where like more people could technically vote for another film for best picture and that film not get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird. They need to fix that shit. This is the thing is they need. This is that we talked about this. I think the other one of these podcasts about fixing movies where they're like, let's just add more to it. It's the same problem here. Is like they're just adding more.
Yeah.
And getting they're not broadcasting certain awards now. That's how they're subtracting. But like this is not the solution. This is a very superficial solution for a bigger problem. It's garbage.
Fuck y'all.
It's garbage. Should we move on?
Yes, we should.
Movies that deserve more hype.
Oh,
This is not a movie. This is a Showtime limited series.
Okay.
That is coming out in November. And it just fucking sprung up on me and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Escape at Dannemora, I think it's pronounced. It is starring Benicio Del Toro, Patricia Arquette, Paul Dano, and Bonnie Hunt. And it is based off a true story from a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, about prisoners who had a sexual relationship with, I think, the woman working in the laundry or to escape, and this is a hell of a fucking cast.
Yeah, it's a pretty good cast.
And on top of it all, the weirdest part is it's directed by Ben Stiller, who isn't a bad director. I don't think he's ever done something serious, has he?
I don't believe he's ever done anything that he wasn't in.
Yeah.
He's only briefly in The Cable Guy, but...
Right, yeah. So this is kind of something to look forward to just for that alone, as it's Ben Stiller directing Benicio Del Toro, amongst other like very good actors and actresses, in a very serious...
Well, these are all like, I mean, both Benicio and Patricia Arquette have won Oscars, right?
Right, yeah.
And then Paul Dano, maybe he's not been nominated, but he's pretty good.
He's very good, yeah.
David Morris is in there. You got David
Morris because
got some Bonnie Hunt.
Well, David Morris, it's like I'm assuming he's playing a cop because I'm pretty sure there's some law that like if you have a cop, if you have a cop in your movie, David Morris gets first.
David Morris either has to play a cop or your sad father.
Right. Yes.
He has to play
Contact or 13 Blocks. Is that the name? 13 Blocks?
16
blocks.
Or Green Mile.
Yeah.
Hey, that's right. He and Bonnie Hunt are both in Green Mile.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I was so excited about that. I'm like, Green Mile reunion!
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you can be excited about that.
Yeah, I can be excited about that. So this is the Showtime limited series. Fuck, there's so many things on Showtime. Do I have to get a Showtime subscription now?
I think so. I have one. I don't know why I have mine.
I want to watch the Jim Carrey series that's coming out.
Right. They do. It's also Who is America, right?
Who is America? Yeah, I've got to watch that. Now I got to watch this goddamn thing.
Yeah. Who is America is getting kind of delightful.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Sweet. So yeah, this series looks pretty good. The tone looks Ben Stiller-ish to me.
It looks a little playful.
Yeah.
But it also looks kind of serious.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know. I'm just very curious. Benicio Del Toro, I always like seeing him. This is like prime Benicio.
He directed Reality Bites, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he's had some experience doing
dramas that have some playfulness in them.
Yeah. It's nice. It's always nice to see Benicio Del Toro in a movie where he's not wearing crazy shit all over him in a Star War,
right?
An Avengers. I'm not saying those aren't delightful, but it's nice to like he's a great actor, so it's nice to see him playing a role where
yeah, it's nice to. I mean, I was about to say it's nice to see him where he does it, where it's not just a role where he just shows up with a crazy thing in his head. It's like, I'm going to do this crazy thing.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but wait, that's precisely what he did for Usual Suspects.
Yeah. Oh no, it definitely shows though that there's two acting choices for Benicio.
Right.
It's I'm like I'm committed to this role. I'm really paying attention, or like I have this one fucked up idea and I'm going to go in and say I'm going to do this, and they're going to say, okay, sure, Benicio.
I think it's the difference between main character or leading part, necessarily like a co-lead part Benicio, and like character part Benicio.
Yeah.
If it's a character part, he's going to do one fucking insane thing, and he's going to do that thing really hard.
It's going to be great.
And it's going to be great.
And then there's like Fear and Loathing Benicio, where he's not quite the main character.
He's doing the character thing. He's doing batshit insane Benicio character thing.
But he's actually doing that person. At least, yeah. He put a lot into that fucking crazy movie.
Yeah, he ate a lot of donuts.
Yeah, he did.
To be in that movie. I mean, like specifically on the commentary track, they tell you that's how he gained weight was just by eating donuts.
I love that real life person has been played by two people, and it's Benicio Del Toro and Peter Boyle. That's a weird fucking
solid list. Two completely different guys.
Yeah, two completely different versions of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Hunter S. Thompson's been played by Johnny Depp and Bill Murray.
And I think that's it now.
Pretty sure. Johnny Depp's played him twice.
But Bill Murray played him like Johnny Depp because he's such a. I forget that guy's name. The other guy.
Dr. Gonzo.
Dr. Gonzo. He has an actual name.
He has an actual name that I don't know what it is.
I think he like disappeared without a trace is his story.
That checks out.
Yeah. But like I think there's like it's less of such an insanely specific personality. Mm-hmm. So he could be played a little differently.
Yeah.
Whereas Hunter S. Thompson, you really can only play him. I remember watching Fear and Loathing and then finding a real interview with him and being like, oh, that's just how he is.
Yeah. Oh, that's just that guy. Yeah.
I don't know how we got to this.
It's like,
yeah, because
yeah. I mean, Tom Waits made an appearance earlier in this podcast, but it's like watching The Dark Knight and then watching that Tom Waits interview and being like, oh shit,
he just did Tom
he
Waits.
was just doing Tom Waits.
I love those articles. It's like, could this be the inspiration? It's like, no, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it could be. Yeah. That's a show, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a show.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to plug?
Do I have anything to plug? Just the channel that you're listening to.
Plugging this show.
Head
that
to our
you're listening
Patreon,
to.
guys.
Yeah, I'd like to plug this sentence that I'm saying as you're listening to it.
Plug it.
I'm plugging.
Plug it right in the plug it right in the plug hole.
Yeah, right in the plug hole.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info. Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.